Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast of the Stavro Method, an holistic approach to health and wellness. I have the pleasure of interviewing Sheila Harrison, an entrepreneur that is working on a huge project that will change the lives of tens or even hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. Here's some info on Sheila for those of you that don't know her. Sheila Harrison is from Kentucky, USA, and has 25 plus years background in sales. She has been an entrepreneur for most of her business career, owning 3 brick and mortar businesses. As a single mom, she owned and operated a Subway shop as a franchisee for 9 years and took it to almost $500,000 in annual sales. She sold her shop in 2012 to continue her marketing business she started part-time in 2010. She fell in love with the people business and knew she was being drawn to a more full-time focus on direct sales, marketing, and consulting. She has consulted for 2 direct sales companies corporately as Director of Field Operations and Communications. She has a background in energy management systems and green energy education as VP of Sales. She helped launch a network marketing company with over 1,200 reps in her first 90 days, laying the foundation for that company. She founded New Creative Image Consulting and the NCI Network in October 2015. Here she brings businesses together from all passions and professions to join efforts in cross-promoting. In October 2016, she locked arms with the most dynamic company in her career history when she saw the life sensing technology presented by World Global Network. She knew this was an opportunity that she did not want to miss, and she was very fortunate that it did cross her path. In 8 months, she took her team to the prestigious rank of president, doing $250,000 million in sales in a single pay cycle. This opportunity has been her primary focus as the timing pertains to not only her financial future, but that of an entire team. Opportunities like this come along once in a lifetime, and as a leader, mentor, and coach, she is determined to change the lives of people around the world with World Global Network. Sheila, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us for today's interview. I'm excited to have you on board.
Well, thank you so much, George. It's my pleasure to be a part of what you're doing and to be on this podcast because I know that you and I share a passion in health and wellness and helping people gather data to make healthier lifestyle choices. So this opportunity has brought our paths together, and I'm so grateful for that, George.
Well, I'm grateful for you and the time that you and Doris took out of your busy schedule to chat about this great opportunity a few days ago. And this project definitely ties into our approach at the Stavro Method and our podcast, which is an holistic approach to optimal health and wellness. So our whole thing is to give our viewers and our tribe just the tools, the resources that are out there to improve their lives and just be more accountable for the actions that they do take in their everyday lives.
Absolutely. Well, I couldn't be more excited. I've been here for about 21 months, as you shared in my bio, and I've lost a lot of sleep too, George, just as this company evolves. Technology dominates our world, and it changes about every 3 weeks, but we're very blessed to have a company and a CEO that has been blessed with a brilliant mind that keeps up and ahead of the times, especially when it comes to the health side of our oracle. So just very, very grateful that this particular opportunity presented itself to me. But before we dive into sharing more with everyone, George, I'd like to read our company's income claim disclosure because,
Definitely.
yes, we do have an opportunity attached that I'll share with everyone to share in the profits of our company, but we don't want people to think that we're a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a real opportunity for real people and a real pay plan, and it's changing lives in 195 countries. But really quick, I'm just going to read our income claim disclosure so that everyone understands that we are making ourselves very, very compliant here at World Global Network. So the income claim disclosure says practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business. Some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work ethic, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. The average participant in World Global Network earns less than $500 per year. This does not account for any business expenses that one might incur while building the business. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com. Now, with that said, George, I would let our listeners and viewers know that we have people all over the world texting the 3-minute video out, sharing this technology with the world that have texted their way to financial freedom. And we are here to help any person. I'm this gal from Kentucky, mother of 3. And, if I can do it, I say anyone can. So this has just changed my life. But it's not been so much about the money to me. It's been about the product and the technology and how I can make a difference in the world.
Love that. And along the lines of a 3-minute presentation, the company did a fantastic job with that. So I say let's just start off with that, and we can just build from there.
Well, absolutely. So back in October of 2016, George, I was asked to watch a 3-minute video, or actually 2-minute video at that time, that showed me a little glimpse of where our CEO was taking. He was taking us really into the future, or bringing the future to us. And I said, oh my goodness, I think this company is onto something. And with World, it wasn't just about technology. It was where technology meets health. And so we all know this gentleman here, Mr. Bill Gates, and he says that the secret to success in business is detecting where the world will go and to get there first. So he saw a trend and in technology, and he ran ahead of any competitors by about 3 years, and he captured the health side of this technology, which was just brilliant to me, because I knew that was very, very key to anyone who wanted to seize the market and be the pioneers and be the world changers that we are here at World Global Network. And like I said, World Global Network is not just any technology, George. It's where technology meets wellness.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yes, so experts on wearable technology, this is just some of the things they're saying, George. So Forbes says wearable tech market will be worth $34 billion by 2020. Time says how wearable tech will change your life like it or not. And Business Insider says that wearable tech will be the end of the cell phone era. Now, that's a very big statement. Well, when we started out 20 months ago, George, we had this conversation all about, if you could be a part of a technology with the #1 product in a $34 billion revenue space, would you be interested? And people were like, are you kidding me? Of course, I'd like to know more information. Well, now with our technology, and as we have evolved over the last 21 months, we now, with our open API, with our very own app store, and with our new DNA analysis that's coming, our blood sugar trends, we now can say that we're going to penetrate a $1 trillion revenue space. So not only does our opportunity in technology engulf this $34 billion revenue space, but with our add-ons, George, it's much, much bigger than that. So if it's okay with you, I would love to introduce to our audience the Hilo. May I do that now?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Hang on for 1 second here. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the Hilo.
Welcome to Life Sensing Technology, where technology meets health. We are proud to introduce you to Hilo. With over 500,000 pieces already sold, Hilo has captured the media's attention from around the world and has been successfully showcased at the 2018 CES convention in Las Vegas. Hilo is a wearable smartband device that performs measurements in real time while you are doing your daily activities, such as working, walking, running, and even sleeping. The continuous monitoring of your most important vital signs allows Hilo to alert you if your numbers are out of normal range. The latest version, Hilo LX Plus, with its clinical-grade sensors, offers you additional measurements with a high degree of precision. Hilo LX Plus can also measure ultraviolet rays and alert you if your exposure is too high to these harmful rays. Hilo learns about you day by day, constantly improving in accuracy and performance. All the data that Hilo registers, together with the reports that you can access because of the LifeLog platform, will become a real treasure for your self-care. Will guide you to a better behavior and will lead you to change any undesirable habits. Now that's what we call total peace of mind. What makes Hilo even more unique and fun is the Hilo App Store. Thanks to the powerful open API, any software developer can create and publish their own apps and plugins. Many apps are already available. Some of these include HICA, with all the common measurements, blood pressure measurements, EKG measurements, and even oxygenation exclusively for Hilo LX Plus, Lifestyle Index, and Hilo Fit and Hilo Fit Pro. And many more apps, like the just-announced breakthrough technology of the Sugar Trend software, are coming. Thanks to an additional device called Extense, apps can be developed to reach sugar trends. Wow, you heard right. The first ever worldwide non-invasive technology. It's absolutely amazing. But life-sensing technology is not just about sensing your body's trends. It is also about helping to protect your life. Every day, a hidden enemy called electrosmog attacks our bodies, altering the water molecules of our body, which results in damage and negative effects to our DNA. World now has the solution, which offers the protection you have been missing. Introducing BioZen, a small chip with a big difference. BioZen has been scientifically proven to drastically reduce the harmful effects of electrosmog. All you have to do is stick BioZen on any electrically powered device. That's it. BioZen is now also BioZen Plus, thanks to the recognition as a Class 1 medical device in Europe. BioZen Plus is available only in selected countries. It is so crystal clear that life-sensing technology is the next biggest thing. Now that you see the power of these products and this market, it will be easy to answer these 3 simple questions. First, do you see how life-sensing technology can be potentially a lucrative business? Second, would you want to financially benefit from this emerging market without any high startup cost or any special requirements? And third, do you know of at least 2 people that would be interested in this product or in an opportunity with this market? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you are the person we are looking for to join our movement. Please get back to the person that shared this video with you so you can find out the next steps on how to join our referral program in over 195 countries. Again, welcome to Life Sensing Technology. Become a world changer now.
Now you can see, George, why we call ourselves world changers, because we have two categories here that are actually changing the world in 195 countries. We have our Hilo, which stands for Health and Lifestyle Oracle, wearable wristbands. And we also have the BioZen, which is in our safer environment category with our products. And I don't know about you, George, but have you ever gotten into your vehicle and saw like check engine light or your tire pressure or your fuel flow? Have you seen those lights come on in your car before?
Definitely. Well, the funny thing is that when you mention that, Sheila, a lot of times we tend to pay more attention to keeping our vehicles maintained. But when it comes to our own body, it's just like, we don't worry about it until either we personally get hit with something pretty hard or we see a loved one going through things. So this is fantastic. When you and Doris shared this information with me a few days ago, have not been able to have a good night's sleep since then.
Well, I can understand why, because when I first saw this video, George, I realized that my husband had a heart attack 10 years ago and he had high blood pressure. And I thought, instead of having to pull out the blood pressure cuff every time he wants to check his blood pressure, he can have manual readings anytime, 24 hours a day. And he can also set up his memories in his Hilo to do one every 30 minutes if he would like to have a reading, and not only just his blood pressure, but a complete heart check. So I look at the Hilo, George, as my dashboard, like in my automobile. Yeah. So whenever I have my readings, it would tell me if even if my mood is low or if my energy is low, everything from the fun lifestyle, steps and calories and all of that good stuff to my workout. But more importantly, if I have kind of low blood pressure, so it tells me every night at nighttime my blood pressure goes down. And I have a little irregular heartbeat from time to time. And so when I get really excited, my Hilo lets me know my heart is skipping a beat, because I can manually do an EKG. I can manually do one any time of the day, or if it does one from the memory, it will tell me if my heart is out of rhythm. So it's just phenomenal. Our Hilo LX has all of these things that you see here listed as far as real-time health monitoring device goes, but the Hilo LX Plus is the one I'm wearing today, and I've been through 3 generations of Hilos. So I started with the Classic, then the Hilo LX, and now the Hilo LX Plus. And
Very
now
nice.
the Hilo LX, George, is our flagship, but you have all of these additional features with the LX Plus with very little price difference now. And so I'm very happy now to have the blood oxygen, the medical grade sensors, and the UV sensor on my Hilo. It's 500 times faster, and it is very compatible with most of the apps that are going to be rolling out into our Hilo app store. But the most exciting part about both of these Hilos is that they will be able to read blood sugar trends in a non-invasive way continuously with our new rollout in late July of our blood sugar trends. We announced this and demonstrated it in January at the largest consumer electronics show in the world. We had one of the largest booths there, George, on what we call Technology Row in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And we demonstrated this blood sugar. So how amazing is that? Have you ever heard of a device that could read blood sugar on a non-invasive, continuous way where folks won't have to prick their finger anymore?
I have not. And the thing is, I've got quite a few relatives out there that, are dealing with type 2 diabetes, and, they do understand the importance of taking a look, see what their blood sugar levels are like, but they just can't stand the fact that they do have to prick themselves several times a day just to see where they're at. So this is huge. And even if we can backtrack a little bit, Sheila, you're talking about the EKG sensor. So how does the Hilo compare to, say, the EKG that would be done, say, in a hospital or the doctor's office?
Well, I know that mine's pretty accurate. I've never compared. I have compared my blood pressure, and it's spot on. It's usually maybe 1 to 4 points off, which my doctor says doesn't even count on my blood pressure.
No.
But a good friend of mine went in to get an EKG, and he did his manually on his Hilo at the same time he got his EKG, and he said that the doctors couldn't believe how accurate that it was. And so
That's huge. It's peace of mind.
Peace of mind. You can't put a price on that, and it gives you that added, just gives me that added confidence in as far as knowing how to make healthier lifestyle choices. I can look at the data in my app, and I can see maybe I didn't read that, or I didn't see that alert that came through to my email or my text. But if I go back and look through my app, I can see where I might have a little, abnormal reading, so to speak. So we've been recognized, George, all over the media, both here in North America and internationally. We've been from Fox and Friends to the Today Show to NBC News, and they're all talking about the Hilo. We project and predict with our level of excitement. We sold 800,000 of these Hilos last year, that we will be a household name. We were voted we were voted #1 best product by Business from Home last year, George.
Lots of great stuff here, Sheila. And one of the things I'm loving about this, because a lot of times people, are trying to see, like, not only say their family physician, but different specialists and things like that. And I'm not sure where it's like where you're based, but sometimes just the time, it's like, just to see a professional, it's huge. And like, not to mention the additional stress that a person's under, like their appointment's off for another month. What's going on with me? I don't know, like, how sick I am, if I'm sick at all. So the fact that a person has access to this information in real time, it just reduces their stress levels and just puts their mind at ease overall.
Yes, absolutely. And can you imagine the cost of these tests, George, when you go to their doctor? I mean, even if you have insurance, sometimes the cost can be, very, very expensive, and sometimes cost prohibitive for people who don't have insurance. But we're just very happy. We don't make any health claims here at World Global Network, but we're very happy to bring people information that we've watched people just in my organization. One gentleman from Canada, actually, his wife was getting woke up in the middle of the night because his blood pressure was for some reason spiking at night, which was unusual. And so after this went on for a period of time, she told him, "You need to see a doctor because something is odd, that this is waking me up every night," because she was his guardian with his Hilo. It was alerting her. So they saw a doctor, then they saw a heart doctor. And in Canada, of course, the health insurance is very good, but you have to go on a waiting list.
Exactly.
Yes, so starting in November, he found this information out. Right before Christmas, he went in for open heart surgery. The doctor told him, George, this is a true story, a person and friend on our personal team here, that that the only person they ever saw come into the hospital with his condition was not alive, that he had 5 blockages and 1 in his widowmaker. So he says that he believes our life sensing technology actually could have saved his life. Otherwise, he would have been out shoveling snow there in Canada, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
Wow.
we have some amazing stories like that. One of the things that attracted me having a healer's heart and studying holistic medicine is the germanium stones. And if our listeners don't know a lot about germanium, you can Google that. We don't make any claims here as far as health claims, of course, with our germanium stones. But if you know anything about holistic medicine, you know germanium stones can bring a lot of health enhancing benefits, and such as pain relief and increased blood circulation, sometimes up to 300%, George. So I was very attracted to the germanium. We have some great stories of people here in Kentucky with, where that they were on pain medication, arthritis type fibromyalgia symptoms, but with increased circulation, they were finding that they were going off of some of their pain medications. So just great stories that, we love to share with others. Everybody can create their own story, but it is an option that you can get in the bundles with our Hilo. And of course, we appeal to all age groups. And so we have a lot of millennials, but this is kind of cool. My husband loves these colored interchangeable wristbands. As for me, I wear the black a lot because it's kind of sophisticated. It goes with everything. But what a cool way to add up a little style to your Hilo. So you can also bundles get these colored interchangeable wristbands to just change the color with your outfit. So I think it's pretty cool that we've captured both the health side, but we've also made it an oracle that will appeal to any demographic or geographic territory with our features and our add-ons, George.
Well, there's definitely lots of great features. And just to jump in for a second, I like the fact that you are, just mention the whole medical disclaimer side of things, because it ties into what we're doing here with our podcast. So it's like, we're not saying for people to stop their medication outright. It's like, it's a tool, just kind of monitor where they're at with things, and certainly speak with their healthcare practitioner and see if maybe perhaps that they can safely start to reduce it and eventually get off whatever prescription meds that they may be on. So that's something like people would have to discuss with their practitioner. But this is a fantastic tool to get people in the right direction with things.
Oh, absolutely. I see it as a way I say that our Hilo fits within, a lot of professions in health and wellness, and even in, with some of our nutritional products, because there's so many claims out there, George, and if the products truly work, whether it be Western medicine or whether it be natural, homeopathic type practices, I believe in, that whatever practices you're taking, if you have a great measure, the Hilo is a great validation tool to say if you're whatever you're doing, whether it's working out at the gym or drinking your green tea or taking your vitamin C, I believe that our Hilo will be a great instrument in giving information to let you know and validate what you're already doing, And so now I'd like to kind of segue into the second product that everyone saw, George, on our little 3-minute video was a product called BioZen. And Mr. Fabio Galdi, our CEO, who you'll meet in just a moment here, everyone, he knew that we would need to be Bluetooth connected with our Hilo to a smart device to be able to read our readings and our data through our app, of course, which we can print off and have for our own use as far as gathering data or take to our physician or holistic practitioner. But with him knowing that, this said a lot to me about his heart, because he wanted to make our electronic devices safer. And so he rolled out a product that was a sleeping giant last year on our menu in 2017, and is a little green antenna called a BioZen chip. And this little antenna helps lower the frequencies of EMFs. So it makes this is my office sometimes that I work from. So it makes this much safer. And as I'm reading my bioparameters from my Hilo, I can rest assured that on my computer, on my phone, I have a safer environment. So just so excited about what we represent here at World Global with live sensing technology. And if everyone on this podcast looks around them, I'm sure, even there in your office, George, that you can see lots of electronic devices.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I came to learn this. I didn't know, but 20 years ago, I missed an opportunity to invest in a cell phone tower because I just didn't see the vision of the future with cell phones. And boy, did I miss that one.
Yeah.
Now there's almost 6.8 billion subscribers around the world to cell phones, an average of 3 per household. One of the biggest man-made phenomenons in history in less than 3 decades. So, to me, I believe that Fabio thinking about eradicating disease and making our world a safer place and changing the world one life at a time, BioZen is a big step in that direction. And as you know from my bio, I worked in teaching people about green energy environments. I have everything from amusement parks to mom and pop restaurants, to hotels, to homes under my umbrella of teaching them about green energy and having green energy solutions. And so
that's amazing.
Yes, you can imagine how I felt when this, I was already with World Global when this showed up on the menu. And then in January, it was classified as certified as a class 1 medical device. So behind the scenes, our CEO was working hard. We had no knowledge that he was working on getting the certification, but just to validate that it is accurate, that it does work. It's a conversation we all need to have, George. We can't see it, touch it. We can't smell it. We can't hide from it. It's
no, not at all. Well, it's interesting you mention that because a cousin of mine, she's just hypersensitive to EMFs. So it's like, it is out there, and a lot of it's just relative to just your current health and the state that your immune system is. So I'm not going to name her name just because of privacy issues, but no word of a lie, she can go into a room blindfold, not even know what room that she's going into, and she can pick up the EMFs, say from a microwave and other devices that are out there, as far as the whole dirty electricity side of it. So like, the fact that it does have an impact on it, and a device such as the BioZen is available, it's huge for people like that, because it's not just say the stressor in one area. With your background in holistic health and nutrition, it's a toxic overload from everything that we're exposed to.
Oh, absolutely. I have friends that have the same. They can pick up on the frequencies of the EMFs, and I'm a little bit sensitive to them as well. But just knowing that they can penetrate a concrete block, George, then they can cause anything from brain fog to carcinogens. Can you imagine taking this product to the workplace, how human resources could use this to bring it to their work environments for maybe even just having better or less absenteeism and a safer environment for their employees to improve performance and at work. I mean, it's just a very, very, very big market with the BioZen. And like I said, last year it was kind of a sleeping giant. I knew that it was going to be big because of my background in energy, but just very, very grateful that we have brought 2 great category creators together. And we believe this conversation will be to our future generations as cigarette smoke and asbestos and those types of things were to our generation. So we're glad when people are talking about electrosmog and a dirty electricity here at World Global Network.
Well, and I love what you're talking about, say, with regards to absenteeism, because there's also another concept out there called presenteeism. So the whole idea with that is some people, they're not feeling well, but they're still showing up at work, and maybe they're functioning at, and I'm throwing a number out there, perhaps they're at 50% of their full capacity. So by having a device in their workplace and being able to monitor what's going on, people are going to be more productive, keep their stress levels in check, and just healthier overall.
Yes, that's the first thing I saw when I saw the BioZen. I thought, wow, could you imagine on every computer, on every cell phone, even our landline phones produce more EMFs. I never could imagine they produce more EMFs in some cases than a cell phone.
I was not aware of that.
Yes, So it's like everything from a baby monitor to your toaster to the alarm clock beside your bed. At nighttime, I actually try to remember to turn my phone either on airplane mode or turn the Wi-Fi off if it's near me, because I know that you have your spouse is on one side and yours on the other side, and your TV if it's in the room, or cable box. It's just, we're surrounded by EMFs. It's just the world we live in today. So I understand for everyone listening that in July at our Singapore convention, we have another home safety product, George, coming to the menu. So I couldn't be more proud to attach my name to this company. And the future is ever evolving with us here at World Global Network. And it's all because of this gentleman here. His name is Mr. Fabio Galdi. He's truly the reason I'm here with this company almost 20 months later, George, is because I saw a great product. I saw a great company. I stumbled into this industry in 2010 when I was hands-on and as a Subway franchisee with my work, and someone brought a product in that I got excited about. I left that company in 2012 when they changed the pay plan, and was still a product user, but it went on as I shared with everyone, I went on to work for 2 direct sales companies corporately doing consulting work, and love helping people ignite their passion. But I was always looking for that next fire in my belly, product that fit with my healer's heart. Because if you don't feel good, you don't do good. All the money in the world is not worth a lot if you don't feel good to enjoy it. Right, George?
Exactly. Well, and the thing is, I keep referencing the conversation I had with both you and Doris. We're very transparent, and we're just out there to watch people, and we're sharing the information and the truth as we understand it. And the fact that you're involved with a company like this, that's one of the reasons why I did want to share your background with our viewers and our listeners, because you've got tons of opportunities that are available to you. You could have just done anything else with your life at this point, still do very well financially. So the fact that you're focusing your efforts on something like this, it's huge.
Yes, thank you so much, George. It's I'm really, if I attach my name to something, I have to be product driven. I have to feel good about it, because excitement breeds excitement in my world. And I believe that, at the end of the day, integrity is really very, very important. And that's what this gentleman, Mr. Fabio Galdi, represents. And when I saw they have this very great compensation plan attached to people that wanted to be a part of our referral program, and a product that had the Audubon all to itself. And I got very, very excited to get it on my arm right away, but to really run hard with the opportunity. And my goal was never, I want to give this 1 year, I want to give this 18 months, I want to give this 5 years. My goal was, I'm all in, I'm going to the top, and I'm going to change a lot of people's lives. So I never had a mediocre attitude. So through feast and famine, through our pioneering year, I have had a vision, and the culture of this company has kept that vision alive. And so I've never lost focus. I've never lost excitement, because I know that technology is ever evolving. It's different. It's not, you can't just open it out of a box and take it down as a supplement or drink an energy drink. It's constantly evolving, and I must be willing to be flexible and grow with that. And so when I met Mr. Fabio, my goal was, I flew to Miami. I sat down the first group of 12 here in the North American launch to meet with him, to see where he was taking this company. My goal was to see who he was as a leader, where his heart was. And when I heard,
that's huge.
Yes, sir. When I heard his story, it was a defining moment for me in my career, because I knew that my heart locked in with his focus and vision and his principles. And his goal is to eradicate disease and to change the world by helping the average person change their lives financially. And he agreed to bring his innovation to the world through this direct sales opportunity. So I knew he had a heart for people. He's a diabetic. His father was a diabetic. And Mr. Fabio had a goal to help his father enjoy the finer things in life with his innovations. But when his father retired shortly after, he passed from diabetes.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, sir. So he never got the chance, George, to help his dad, he never got the chance to help him enjoy the finer things in life. And he grew up with a very, a very modest life, and really didn't have a lifestyle that Fabio wanted him to have. So I believe that he created this referral program so that average people, even this gal from Kentucky who loves helping people, could embrace and change my life and a lot of others with me. So when I saw his heart was directed toward a healer's heart, his mission through his innovations, he was taking it in the direction of health and wellness. I knew that I had met that next great product that I was looking for. And so I locked arms with him, and I've been running full steam ahead, sometimes 14 hours a day in multiple time zones. Sometimes I get my days and nights mixed up because at 12:15 last night, I was on the phone with Bangladesh. So, so I'm very determined with Mr. Fabio to change lives around the world. As you can see, he has a lot of accolades, George. He founded the second largest ISP in Italy and the fifth largest in Europe. We're on this Zoom platform right now doing this podcast because he was partially responsible for Skype communications. So, and then, of course, the touch screen technology. I remember when I had my Subway shop, and I was so impressed with the touch screen POS. And when I would go home, I would be like touching my, my PC and realizing, oh no, you're at home, you can't do that.
That's right. That's too funny.
Yes, but Fabio was responsible for the first touchscreen LCD PCs in the marketplace, and so you can see he has a lot of other accolades here, and he continues to evolve and bringing, especially now the world knows that he created and owns the patent to our new blood sugar trends software that's coming in late July. Alessandro Sanatori is our COO and co-founder. I love this gentleman. He has such a great, just pleasant personality, sense of humor. He's the mastermind behind our compensation plan. Antonio De Rosa once worked for Apple. He now works for World Global Network. He has since I have been here with the company. He is one of our chief design officers. So he's responsible for part of the designs of our Hilo wearables. So we have a very star lineup, George.
That's an incredible team there. And just to backtrack a little bit, I love the fact that you did share Fabio's story, because I find with a lot of people that are on this journey, it just either they dealt with something traumatic or a loved one has. So they're not just saying it's like, oh, it's a huge market that's not been tapped before and I can make a fortune off of it. It's basically, my dad's suffering through this. What can I do to make his life better? And then it just evolves from there.
Absolutely. He took something personal to him. And that's why I tell everyone, I'll say, in technology, things evolve and they come. And the main thing is that they're coming ahead of the marketplace, like Bill Gates suggested that we do. So he's caught that trend. Yeah. And but when they do come, wow, are they life changing? And so I see his heart and his mission, where he wants to take us. And I am anchored and here to enjoy what I can do to help others, help other people, both in my own community and my own trust tribe, to brand new friends and people that I'm meeting like yourself, George.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this actually ties into some information I came across a while ago. A good friend of mine, he was the dean of the Faculty of Health at York University, and with the presentation that he did, and I'm sure the numbers are applicable to what's going on in the U.S., they're saying with a lot of the money going into healthcare spending, 5% is on, say, prevention and 95% is treatment. So it's not to say that we should stop the money going into it, but if we could redirect the resources by putting just more control into our own lives and say, well, what's the best cure for cancer or anything else like that? Just don't get it in the first place. You can take steps to minimize things from happening down the road, rather than just taking a passive approach like, well, whatever happens, happens. So the fact that people can monitor everything that's going on by having a simple device like this that they can have with them 24 hours a day, it's huge. And it's such an amazing impact on their lives.
Well, George, every time we talk, I see how what a perfect fit we are here with World Global and our team with what you're doing with your colleagues, because Yes, sir. It just seems to be that we're both on the right track of helping people gather information so that possibly it keeps them out of the doctor's office. It keeps them from taking medication that has more possible side effects than the the illness itself. And so if it helps someone, we don't, like I said, we don't make claims to diagnose, treat, or cure.
No.
But if we can give people data that helps them make healthier lifestyle choices, whether it's taking a run every morning in their neighborhood or seeing their physician, we believe that this data could be just very, it could just be very life-changing in implementing a new way to look at preventative measures and being proactive. And of course, we believe here with our team that self-care is going to be the new healthcare, George.
Well, I love, even if we're talking about one of the areas that we can monitor, blood pressure. Many of us suffer from high blood pressure to varying degrees. And a lot of our viewers and listeners are probably familiar with the whole white coat syndrome. So when they go to see their GP or maybe even go to a walking clinic or something, and say, well, your blood pressure is abnormally high. Well, is it always like this, or is it just a snapshot of where they are at that moment? So when they can measure this on a regular basis and say, okay, maybe my next appointment's a month from now, show them the printout in the last 30 days and see if there's any kind of patterns there. It's like why it's higher than some days than others. And then on the days that it is a little bit higher, what's going on and how can we address it, rather than you show up in the emergency room months or years later with something that you can't bounce back from.
Yes, I've seen this. I've seen this happen. I lost two good friends last year that I tried very diligently with one of them, especially to get a helo on their arm, and then I lost one the year before that I thought if I only told them about the helo, because I didn't really tell them, but one of them have a stroke and the other one have diabetes, and he didn't know it, and his sugar went so high that he had a heart attack. A very a very good friend that was 57, and I keep thinking, have they
Not
had
as young.
very young? And if they and the other gentleman was only 49, and he had a stroke in his hotel room, and no one found him in time, and he actually lived for about 3 weeks. But I thought, wow, when he went down, if he'd had the helo, maybe his guardians would have been alerted that his vital signs were out of normal range and could have checked on him. But, I see the opportunity here. This is not for everyone, but for those who do see it, those who do embrace being proactive with their health, those who do want to help monitor their loved ones and who do want to make healthier lifestyle decisions. I believe that our Health and Lifestyle Oracle gives us that opportunity with real-time measurements. I believe there's a lot of great companies out there, but with World Global, I don't believe there's anything as dynamic and life-changing as what we have right here with the helo and our home safety products that we have and that are coming. And just to add this, George, we haven't seen anything yet. So I look forward to more conversations in the future with you.
Definitely, yeah.
As we roll out our app store, because our app store is, just to give everyone a little glimpse, when Apple launched their app store back in 2007, they have about 700 app stores. Now they have about 2.5 billion.
Wow.
So we have launched our own app store in 2017. We opened it to outside developers. It's called Open API. So developers from around the world are bringing to us apps like such apps that could detect one that is projected to detect the flu a couple of days in advance. One would tell a lady when she's ovulating. Another app will read our DNA, and this is supposed to be launched very soon.
Amazing.
So excited to be able to know whether it's, I'm allergic to sulfur. So whether it's, organic sulfur or vitamin C or just eggs or milk. Yeah. I can read through my own body fluids, through my helo and my app, through my app store, and it tell me that something is harmful for my body. How amazing is that, George? How amazing.
That's huge. lots of great stuff there. If we can backtrack a little bit, Sheila, you mentioned the Guardian side of things. So I'm somewhat familiar with that, but if you can expand on how that works, because that's huge. Because it's had me if I've got a Hilo, that's one thing, but if I've got Guardians that are notified about certain things going on with me, like you'll say I'm going for a run at the local park, and I do that almost on a daily basis. Okay, I'm in great health overall, but anything can happen at any time. So if something happens to me, like unfortunately when I'm going for my morning run, how the Guardian help notify the loved ones about things?
Well, the key is that you want to have your smart device with you, George. Most people do because they have their workout, connected to their music, connected to their phone, but you want to have your cell phone with you. Yeah. And because it needs to be 20 feet from your Hilo to do the memories, it'll still gather the data. So if you were to go out without your phone, the Hilo will still do the memories. And when you get within 20 feet, it will upload the information for 72, like if you're away from it for up to 72 hours. Mm-hmm. You're running in the park and you have your phone and it's Bluetooth connected to your Hilo, and all of a sudden your blood pressure spikes. Then it's doing a memory during that time. Say it does a memory during you're out for an hour and it's done a memory and your blood pressure's gone up, then it would alert your guardian or guardians of the fact that, hey, George's blood pressure is like, and you have to give it permission. So we have a very strict kind of policies on privacy.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yes, but you just give it permission to and add your guardians, and it will send them information saying, and you tell it what information to share. If you just want to share blood pressure, you can only share blood pressure. I share everything with my husband because if I'm in a bad mood, he can just drive to the coffee shop. He doesn't have to pull in if I have a bad mood.
Gotcha. Well, I don't see that happening at all with you, Sheila. You're very bubbly.
Yeah, I actually tease at him and say it's the other way around. I'll say, okay, if your Hilo says you're in a bad mood, I'll be a little late coming home. But
I am not touching that because the thing is, no matter whose side I take, I'm still going to hear it. So it's just like, yes. If I'm taking your side, sounds like I'm bashing your husband. If I take his side, sounds like so it's just, I'm just going to sit here and just be quiet. I think it's probably safer for everybody.
Well, the good news is we've never had to do that, George, but the point I'm trying to make is that you can pick and choose what you want to share with your guardian.
Wow.
And
if I can jump in for a second.
Sure.
So you're saying it could be like multiple guardians. So what's the limit to the number of guardians that we could possibly be in contact with?
Okay, so all customers get one guardian, but we have something called a pro plan, which costs about $12 a month, or a loyalty membership that's $59 a month. That brings a lot of value to those people who would like to have, you get all the features, you get the 1-year warranty, you get one guardian as a customer, but as either a pro plan member or a loyalty customer, there are some added benefits. So I have 3 guardians, my son, my daughter, and my husband. Mm-hmm. And so they get either an email or a text message, depending on the SMS signal that will go out at that time, mm-hmm. that tells them, Sheila's blood pressure is dropped at night. My son's like, are you okay? Your blood pressure is like 52 or 53. So it lets them know. So that's the good news about the Guardian feature, George, is that it only does a memory every 30 minutes to every 2 hours. But a lot of times if you have, someone has a reading during that time, it can give you enough time to get someone there, especially if it's my family member that needs me, I'm going to have someone there pronto, right?
Exactly. Well, I love the fact that we can have multiple guardians, because say you're engaging in some kind of activity with your husband and it's only one guardian that, you're his guardian, he's yours. If something happens to both at the same time, like as unlikely as it is, it's like, okay, well, who do you guys notify? So the fact that your children can be guardians too, and it's like, okay, something happened to mom and dad, and now there's other people that are involved, just to be on that safe side, because I'd rather get, say, a false alarm rather than no warning whatsoever.
Yes, absolutely. Well, even our Hilo, we don't, because of the Apple phones, some of them have updates that interfere with this signal, but even on my Hilo, I have what's called an SOS feature, and we don't talk about it a lot anymore because usually with Androids, it's right on, but with the iPhone, sometimes the iPhone updates will block because they have their own emergency signal. But if I push my SOS feature twice on the side of my Hilo, then my husband or my children get an alert to call me that something's wrong. It's my panic button, so to speak.
Nice.
So yes, there's a lot of great features. We've only touched on just a few of them. And the good news, George, is that we are only getting started. We're entering World Global Network, what we call 2.0, and we rolled out the App Store last year, but we're just now publishing a lot of our apps. We even have one app that's going to be able to read the energy in our body per organ, like whether it be our kidneys or gallbladder.
That's amazing.
Yes, and so just think of it as the company who is running ahead of all of the the competition and catching a trend of wearable technology, which is the way of the future. But we love the lifestyle, so we're going to always have those fun lifestyle features for everyone, from our younger generation to our retirees. We all love those fun features. But the main thing we want to be known for here at World Global Network is life sensing technology. So we're always going to be coming up with new, greater things. Like we have alcohol, the alcohol reader, and the blood temperature, and the mosquito shield coming up hopefully in 2019. So I can't wait for the mosquito shield because I sit on my back patio a lot, and here in Kentucky, we have a few mosquitoes. So
I can imagine, Well, I love the fact that you guys are doing all these great things, and it ties into the whole Bill Gates approach when he started off with Microsoft, because he had the original versions of DOS and Windows, and his approach is like, make a solid product out there, release it to the market, help some people, get some customers, get some feedback, and just keep revising it. So they're on version 10 of something where you have some people that will never launch anything because they're trying to make the perfect thing. So as great as this currently is, there's lots of cool information that, they're working on right now to take it to the next level. And one of the things that you shared with me, Sheila, is they're open to other suggestions. Like, well, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? So as brilliant as the team is currently, they recognize that they're not the be all and the end all. It's like, listen to the people that are out there that are using it. And if there's enough of a demand in a certain area, let's work on it as well.
Absolutely, because our OpenAP App Store, George, is geared toward exactly what you and your colleagues do. It's geared toward, health and, a better lifestyle. And so with that in mind, our App Store won't be one of, playing games or whatever, or crosswords. It'll be apps that bring value to your family's life in some type of data gathering way, to help you with having a better, either better environment, or to make better choices, or to give you information like the mosquito shield. I just think that's the coolest thing, and so I don't know if that will be based on sound, but I know that we've all been excited about the blood sugar trends, and that is going to be, really, George, they tell us that is going to be, just one thing. We're also excited about it because we know that we have here in the U.S. about 33% of our population is diabetic, about 65% pre-diabetic. So we know how big that is, but anyways, we believe that the things that are coming to Hilo and to our App Store are even going to be bigger than our non-invasive blood sugar trend. And I didn't think it could get any more exciting than that. But as you see, George, we have a company that has a category creating product and products. We are definitely catching a trend and getting to the marketplace first. We will always have competition, but healthy competition is good. It keeps us ahead. It keeps us on our toes and cutting edge.
Yeah.
The timing,
we're not complacent by any means.
That's right. And the timing, could it be better? Because the world is just now hearing about the Hilo. So the timing for the opportunity part is just remarkable. We have an incredible team. I believe that the whole entire company has got people that love helping people, which is what I think our profile is leaning toward with our company. Great management and great compensation plan. And with that said, I don't really want to break the compensation plan down, but I would like to share or with our listeners, George, that when I bought my first cell phone about 18 years ago, I guess now, I didn't get an opportunity to share in my cell phone brand, even though I could have invested in the very same tower that I bought that cell phone with, and it's one of the largest here in Kentucky, and I've been paying them to live their dream all these years. So this time around, I was given a free e-commerce website at checkout. And I could just be a customer, or I could check, I want to be a part of the referral program. And so I get a free website. And here I am, 20 months later, thanks to one of the fastest growing teams in the company, very humbly saying, president leader with our
Amazing.
company, because of the heart and the belief in helping others with this technology, and because all of these people could check if they wanted to be a customer or get a free website. So imagine, everyone, when you got your first computer or your first cell phone, or even your last computer or last cell phone, if they'd offered you the opportunity to share in every single computer or cell phone that was sold through your website, that you could have shared in the profits, and ongoing through every person that came in after you, that you would have benefited with all of their efforts as well. Well, that's the kind of opportunity we have here. It's ground floor. It's put together because we believe that word of mouth sharing can change the world and spread the word faster, George.
Most definitely.
And that's our goal here at World Global Network. So any of our listeners that's fascinated with our technology, it's also fascinating to know, as it pertains to financial futures, that there is an opportunity to share in the profits of this incredible first to market live sensing technology that is geared toward healthier lifestyles and catching the health side of an oracle. And to me, I think that's a perfect combination. What about you, George?
I'm loving everything that you've been sharing with us for the past over an hour change. It's incredible stuff there. It's like, I'm very excited to help get the word out about everything that you guys are doing over here. So, like I said, earlier, I've just been having a hard time sleeping since you and Doris shared this opportunity with me, and just can't wait to start, telling friends and family about the possibilities that exist with this.
Yes, I'm just getting here to I just wanted to get back to the end, but not play this. So
practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary.
Stop it here. I just wanted to kind of wrap up, George, my part of your podcast with showing our income claim disclosure before, because it does take hard work and dedication for those who want to lock arms with our business opportunity. But I always say to folks that if the money's not in the pay plan, it won't show up in the mailbox. And we have 10 of the top earners in the world with our company, including number 2 and number 4. So we do have a opportunity here that just allows people to be customers and spread the word with us. And that's our goal, is to just take average people with a real opportunity that if they could have shared, in brands out there like Microsoft and Apple or Fitbit, if they could have shared in those brands, where would they be today?
That's right.
And so now we have the brand Hilo, which we believe will be the #1 wearable device by 2020 in that $34 billion space, penetrating $1 trillion space with our open API platform. So we would love to invite everyone that's listening in, George, to actually, you're going to put a link down below where they can see this video again if they would like, and where they can register for free.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
That's correct there. And what I love about the approach with everybody that's involved with the Hilo, not hard sell by any means, because I've been involved with some companies out there where it just was not a good experience whatsoever. It's like, a huge cash outlay to get on board initially, and then monthly requirements, they're a fortune as well, and people just stockpiling tons of inventory in the hopes of selling it. And you start off with a big list of friends and family, and before you know it, your loved ones just say, just leave me alone. I know what you're doing. Like, don't even talk to me anymore. So the fact that you guys are soft sell, you're just sharing information and say, here it is what we do. It's like, you can come on board for free as, just get them set up initially. And if you want to take it to the next level, that's great. If not, that's fine too.
Absolutely, George. We say come in where you fit in. We have people can come on board with the Hilo LX with as little as $149, which is just like unbelievable. They can get the LX Plus, which is our latest and greatest Hilo that can do all of those features with kind of, I say, appreciating value with our app store. It just appreciates in value for $249. And then we have the bundles, George, for $359, which includes those germanium stones and those wristbands, which is about $190 savings. So it's, there's also larger bundles, but we don't want to make our presentation all about the packaging. We want to make it that we get this on people's arms. We allow them to see how it works, buy it, wear it, share it, show other people how to get it. And if you want to earn some income with us, teach those people to do those 4 things. And so as they register, they'll have their very own store. And George, you always have access to me. We're partners here, and we're going to change the world one person at a time. I love what you're doing, and I'm just glad that I can be a part of that with World Global Network.
Well, I'm ecstatic about everything that's been going on the last little bit there, and I'm a big believer of things happening at the right time. And it goes back to what you talked about earlier, where you did not take up, that opportunity that you had there as far as, say, the cell phone thing that was going on. But maybe that's a blessing in disguise, because if you did, then we would not be having this conversation right now, and we would not be able to get our message out to the masses.
Absolutely, and people have probably a hard time believing that, but I owned a music store at the time, and I was in my, this was my early 30s, and someone came into my office and just wanted to know if I wanted to invest. I was $5,000, I think, in a cell phone tower. And I said, oh no, cell phones are only for the elitists that drive luxury cars at the bag phones, with their bag phones and at the red lights. And so I just didn't see the future, but I feel like I'm a visionary at heart. But as we grow through life and things evolve, more and more, my heart is led toward having a healer's heart, because I know I'm surrounded all the time by people that reach out to me and say, this is not working for me. Can you make a suggestion? Because they know I study, holistic, nutrition and means of having a healthier lifestyle for my family. So I have my husband says she's going to make a witch's brew for you, because I have every herb you can think of in my cabinet.
That's
but
amazing.
It's just only because I believe that there's something out there made naturally for helping our world to have a, in this life, we have one life in this life, and we want to make it the most enjoyable and live it to its fullest. And I just think that education is a big part of that, and our Hilo is going to be a great instrument in bringing that information to the world, George.
Most definitely. Well, I'm taking a look at our time over here, and let's see where we're at with things. And we've been at it for about almost an hour and a half. So is there anything else that you want to share with us as far as final thoughts, and perhaps next steps as far as moving forward?
Well, actually, George, every day I'm taking steps just by sharing that 3-minute video. So, most people, they say no because they're health unconscious, they're not health conscious. So it's really just about getting information to them to make them more conscious about their health and about being proactive and preventative toward, making things better for their future and their family's future. So every day I'm taking little steps of inviting people to watch that 3-minute video, and then I'm giving them the opportunity to register for a free website and get the word out with me to the world. So the next steps for everyone listening here would to decide if you want to be just a customer, or if you'd like to embrace this incredible world changers opportunity and join the movement with both George and I here in changing the world with this technology, because we can do it 1 by 1, 2 by 2 by 2, right, George?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to invite everyone, and I truly believe, George, with my heart and true conviction, that there's not anything as dynamic and as life-changing on the marketplace right now, and especially as it pertains to changing the world from from a health standpoint and a healthier and making healthier lifestyle choices.
You've shared a lot of great information, and as far as people taking the next steps, there will be in the description box just below this video. It's also going to be mentioned in our weekly newsletter and also on our website. So I'd like to wrap it up, Sheila, by thanking you once again for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule to share all this fantastic information about this incredible company, and I look forward to our next interview.
Absolutely, George. It's my honor and my pleasure, and I look forward to making history here with you with one of the biggest health and tech movements in history. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks again, Sheila. Have yourself a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.